All GCE candidates failed to answer this question in the year 2025. It's a question extracted from the topic mechanics. It's a grade 10 topic in physics, but all the GCE candidates failed to solve it. It's to this cause that I felt I need to revise this with you, because the examiners love bringing back the very questions that people fail to answer the most. So now, let's take a ride. The question reads, a car slows down from a velocity of 40 meters per second to 20 meters per second in 5 seconds. It then moves with this velocity for 3 seconds and then comes to rest in 2 seconds. Plot a graph of velocity against time for the motion of the car. So what we need to do is this. We first of all draw the graph, right? And we know that we're dealing with two quantities, velocity as well as time. Then there is acceleration, right? So now let's draw the graph. We know that velocity is always denoted by the vertical axis. So velocity is here, measured in meters per second. Then we have time lying on the x-axis, and it's actually in seconds. So then, what is the maximum velocity? What's the maximum time? How do we marry time with velocity? So here's the thing. What they're saying is, when time is 0, velocity is actually 40 meters per second, right? So you can indicate here 40 meters per second. Then what they're saying is the car slows down, right, from 40 to 20. So we can indicate there must be a 20 here, right? Then we can have a 10 here, and then we have a 0. So it slows down. Let me draw this. It slows down to 20. So this one correlates with a 20, right? It drops down its speed to 20 meters per second. Within what time? Within 5 minutes. So from 0, the car slows down to 20 meters per second within 5 seconds. So we can draw a line here and then indicate 5 seconds, right? Then it actually proceeds with the same speed, that is 20 meters per second. It moves with the same speed. Now let me read this from here. Then moves with this velocity for 3 seconds, meaning that the velocity wasn't changing after it actually reduced to 20 meters per second. The car moved on with the same speed within 3 seconds, right? 3 seconds. So now here's the thing. We have 5 here. The car proceeded with the same speed in 3 seconds. So here's what we're going to do. We're not going to indicate 3 seconds here, but we're going to add it on to the first 5 seconds. So we're going to drop a line here, and we're going to indicate 3 seconds plus 5 will give us 8 seconds, right? And then we read on and say, and then comes to rest in 2 seconds. So the resting position is this line, right? So we'll drop it so that it actually touches the baseline, right? So it comes to rest. And then within what time did that happen? So it took 2 seconds for it to come to the resting position. So instead of indicating a 2, you're going to add it on to 8, and that will be 10. So here we're going to have 10 seconds. We know this is time in seconds. All right, we've managed to actually sketch the motion of the car. By so doing, you scoop 4 marks. That's no joke. 4 marks is a lot on an exam. Now, what's the next question saying? They're saying calculate the retardation in the first 5 seconds. So I can rub out this part, right? So that I'm able to solve and you're able to see clearly. They're saying they calculate the retardation in the first 5 seconds. So we know they're talking of acceleration, right? Say acceleration is given by final velocity minus initial velocity over time. Now, we are referring to the first part of the journey. So within the first 5 seconds, 5 seconds were actually covered when the car was moving from the initial velocity of 40, and then the final velocity was 20. Within what time? Time was actually 5. It took 5 seconds for it to actually retardate from 40 to 20. So you can plug in the values. We say acceleration is equal to final velocity was 20, initial velocity 40, and within what time? 5. Acceleration therefore is equal to 20 minus 40 is actually negative 20 over 5, which is equal to 5 into negative 20, that's negative 4 meters per second squared. Now, there's a negative sign to show that there was a reduction in the speed of the car. And by just so doing, we walk away with the 2 marks which were allocated to this question. Let's move on. They're saying calculate the total distance that was covered by the car. Now, whenever you happen to have a motion time graph and you are asked to resolve the total distance that was covered by a particular particle, what you do is find the area under all those shapes that you can see, right? So what I can see here is if I cover this part, I'm seeing a trapezium, okay? So I'm gonna calculate the area of this trapezium I'm seeing. Then I'm also gonna calculate the area of this rectangle, the area of that triangle. But I'm gonna just take this as a trapezium as well. So I'm gonna work out the areas of 2 trapeziums, and by so doing, I will find the total distance that was covered by the particle. Let's do this. Let me rub out all this. All right, so let's start. What we have is we say area of a trapezium is given by half A plus B times height. So we need to collect the data for this. Which one is A? A is actually the shortest distance, right? It's this one, from here to there. So A is equal to, what is from here to there? It's 20, right? From here to there is 20. So A is equal to 20. Then B is the other side, which is parallel to this side. It's this one. From 0, that's 40. So B is equal to 40. And what's the height? The height is here to there. And it's 0 to 5, right? So height is equal to 5. We plug those values into the equation. We're going to have area is equal to half. A is actually a 20. B is a 40. And height is actually a 5. Area is equal to half. 20 plus 40, that's actually a 60. And then we have a 5. We can simplify a 2 and a 60. Then we multiply what we're going to find, right? 2 there, 1. 2 there, that gives us a 30. Area, therefore, is equal to 5 times 0, 0, 5 times 3, that's 15. That's 150 meters squared, right? Yeah. We can keep this one so that we resolve this one as well, so that we have 2 areas for the entire space that we're seeing there under the graph. So we resolve area now for this part. That will be area is equal to half A plus B times height. Let's collect the data. A is equal to, B is equal to, H is equal to, what's A? It's this side, right? Which is opposite this side. So this one from here to there, we rate that the car proceeded with the same speed for 3 seconds, right? 5 plus 3, that's it. So 3. A is equal to 3, and then B is from here to there. So 10 minus 5, that's 5. 3, and in the last section of the journey, the car took 2 seconds for it to come to rest, so that's 5. 10 minus 5, that's 5. So B is equal to 5, and then the height is from here to there, it's a 20, right? You have all those, we can plug them into the equation. You're going to have area is equal to half. A is actually a 3, and B is actually a 5. Height is actually a 20. Okay, we can add these two, and then we're going to have, let me write the answers here. We're going to have area is equal to, I'm going to add these two, right? That will be half, 8, right? Then we can simplify this one and that one, or we can simplify this one and that one. But I'm going to simplify this one. So that will be 2 there, 1, 2 there. That will be a 10, right? So I'm going to write a 10 here, knowing that this one has already been divided into that, so it's going to be a 1. So area, therefore, will be 8 times 10, that will be 80, right? 80. So we have two areas. So the total distance is actually the total summation of the areas of the shapes that you're seeing under the graph. So distance, therefore, is equal to area 1 plus area 2. And this will be 150 plus 80, right? And this will give us 230 meters. So displacement is 230 meters, right? That's the answer. 0 plus 0, 0. 8 plus 5, that's 13. Remember 1. 1 added to that 1, that gives us 230. And we have solved question 2. We move on to question 3. They're saying determine the average speed of the car. I'm going to write the formula here. Say speed is given by distance over time. You can plug in the values, right? Distance is the one that we have just resolved, 230 over, what's the total time of the journey? From 0 to there, that's 10 seconds. Then speed is equal to a 0 and a 0 will go, and we're going to have 23 meters per second. And just like that, we have solved the questions. This is a channel where we demystify complicated problems. I urge you to follow me. If you're watching me from Facebook, if you're watching me from YouTube, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so that the next time I will roll out a video, you won't miss out, but you'll be alerted. See you in the next video.